Hello everyone, welcome for this week's recommendation videos. And I want to talk about several things. The first is about our strategies, and the second is about the rotations during the entire bull market. And the third thing is about some Chinese policies and some maybe Chinese stock market trading strategies. So let's start it. So first I want to say is all the investment advice is for the teaching purpose and only for sharing. So if you want to for the professional investment advice, please ask for the licensed advisor. Here we still keep our CEF and FXI also for the KSTR. One is for the gold and silver, the other two is about the Chinese market. So one is about the Hong Kong index, and the other one is about the small and medium-sized companies in Chinese stock market. And we get a little bit drawdown during the last week, and we just want to keep to see that the entire return maybe for the next 2 or 3 months. The other things is that I want to talk about a little bit about the rotation during the entire market. So the first stage is everyone feel so sad for the entire economics or the stocks, and no one want to buy it. So it's the first stage is here, and the other and for the next stage is bank. So bank is the first sectors that react during the market. And then after finish about the bank, the other one is the technology. So some like tech stocks, like I think everyone knows tech stocks during last year and this year's. And the next two things is about the consumer and energy. So maybe some oils or some utilities, like those stocks. At the end, we have some rally for the small cap stocks, maybe for IWM, Shopify, like those stocks. And then when this stage finished, it starts to fall, and it's the end of the bull stage of the market. So why I want to talk about this is we can see that during the last maybe 1 week or 2 weeks, we can see that ES or NQ is just hanging on a very high position at this stage. So it's just still around here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's about 5 days, right? And another thing is that we heard about that for the next month we have about 1 trillion purchase back for the share repurchase, and that's absolutely is an enormous amount of money for the entire stock market. So the only chance if the stocks or the entire index want to pull back a little bit is next 2 weeks, right? So here we can see that the big index still has a high position, and the only chance we can see is about IWM. So I will start my strategies tomorrow at the end of the market to open a IWM position if it doesn't break out for this line about 225. So if you remember, I just say is small cap stocks is at the end of some bull stage, right? So here maybe get some rally for the IWM, then it will start to pull back, and then maybe at the first week or second week of November we can see that next rise stage for the end of the year. So the first thing is my recommendation only for the next week is IWM. Another thing is I want to talk about a little bit about some Chinese policies, and I know that a lot of people doesn't like China and don't want to hear about Chinese policies and those things, and a lot of people lose monies for the Chinese stocks. So here I want to say is, if you don't like it, just don't do it. And if you want to hear something, I just want to talk about my opinion, and you can continue to see it. So here is like, we can see the first is like China stock market about the real asset is a bad choice for investment. And another thing is the commodity futures are continuing underperforming for expectations. Those two things is just some insight, but the third thing is about like the government allowed the institution to mortgage the CSS 300 ETFs. So it means that a streak about the is similar for the SPY and QQQ. So for that asset, buy some to exchange by using those shares to some high quality asset, and you can sell those assets to continue to buy back stocks. So I think that's one of the very important policies during last 2 weeks. And also the next thing is I want to say for the Chinese stock and bond, maybe get both rising up during maybe next quarter. But a lot of people cannot do that, so just mention about that. Another thing is that the People's Bank of China announced that will be decrease or maybe cut the reserve requirement ratio, or maybe to cut the interest rate for the next 2 months or maybe 1 month. And for some major banks is already cut for their fixed deposits rate. So those informations tell us that the Chinese government have a very high, not confidence, but have a very high, how to say that, like, so they want to pull the market at some positions, and we can see that they really do something and to release the money. So that's why I still holding for the KSTR and FXI to see that maybe we can get some profit from those ETFs. So if you can do some Chinese stocks in Chinese market, maybe you can pay attention about the chip concept, like some semiconductors or some artificial like AI, or maybe some 5G's concept. Like those concepts is the first stage. Also, I mentioned in the last page is what we want to see and what we are doing for now. Also, I just remember one thing that I forgot to talk about is you can see that during last week, just two things I want to mention is one is the energy and another one is healthcare. Like healthcare, those two sectors are very bad during the last week. And other sectors you can see, we cannot find a sector that's all green or that all red except only for the here it still has green things, right? So it's still in a divergence during the last weeks. And we can see that for semiconductor is only Nvidia and MU like got the positive for the last week, and the other things is draw down, especially for the AMD, right? So the market only tell us one thing is we are in the divergence, and maybe we will be face a drawback during the next 2 weeks. So that's what I want to talk about, and thank you so much for watching. Be humble in the market.